Welcome to the St. George's University School of Graduate Studies 2020 Commencement Ceremony.
A very warm welcome to our St. George's University School of Graduate Studies Commencement Ceremony for 2020. My name is Cal Macpherson. I am the Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, and it is my privilege and a great pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies here today. We will be conferring degrees on 150 graduands who are members of the classes of July and December 2019 and May 2020 in the fields of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Public Health, Master of Business Administration, Master of Arts in Clinical Community Psychology, and Master of Science. I hope, wherever you are in the world, that you are sitting comfortably and that you will be participating in this virtual commencement ceremony. Today we have with us the Chancellor of St. George's University, Dr. Charles R. Modica, our commencement speaker, the Honourable Nicholas Steele, the Minister of Health, Social Security and International Business, our class speaker, Tanya Martelli, the Reverend Siebert Prescott, the Chair of the Grenada Conference of Churches. We will begin with the national anthem of Grenada.
Please stand for the Grenada National Anthem.
And if you weren't already doing so, please stand for the invocation, which will be given by Reverend Siebert Prescott.
Let us go to God in prayer. Gracious God, you are the source of all wisdom and the foundation on which knowledge is built. And we praise and honor your holy name. We thank you that you have endowed humankind with special gifts, that through the engagement of our mind, we can contribute meaningfully to the shaping of a better world. Today, we are especially grateful for the opportunity to gather remotely with the class of 2020 as they celebrate their accomplishments born out of discipline, determination, and sacrifice. Indeed, O Lord, the effects of COVID-19 pandemic has made this year especially challenging for them. With the demands of study, they have had to contend with the dislocation of their regular learning environment. Nonetheless, you have brought them faithfully through and we thank you, faithful God. We give you thanks for the lessons that they have learned in the process, and pray that the challenges of balancing their time, setting priorities, and keeping focus during this time will be foundations on which they will build meaningful careers and lives. We ask for a special blessing on the St. George's University. Be with them as they continue to commit themselves to develop the intellectual capacity, creativity, and professionalism in all their students. We commit especially to you this commencement ceremony. May it be a special experience for the graduates, as well as their parents, teachers, and professionals with whom to share their achievements. As they prepare to serve in their various fields of endeavor, grant them the Spirit of Christ, that they may become wise leaders and positive influences in this generation. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Prescott, and for being with us here today, and thank you for your blessing. It is now my pleasure to invite Chancellor Charles R. Modica to share a few words with us.
Distinguished guests, graduates, faculty, welcome to the 53rd commencement ceremony of St. George's University. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you, knowing that this is our first virtual ceremony. As the founding chancellor of St. George's University, it's been my great honor to preside at all of these ceremonies in the past, as well as today's. I never thought I would see the day that we wouldn't be in a place like Lincoln Center with thousands of students and graduates and friends assembled. But we have to do what we have to do in this crisis, and this is a way to celebrate your lives in an appropriate way until we can get back to Lincoln Center. You came from many countries over the world. In fact, our 20,000 graduates over the past 44 years came from 140 countries. And I think they are practicing in about 35 countries today as we speak. And with that, they have lent a little bit of the charm and love of Grenada to wherever they went after they graduated, as I know you will. The nation of Grenada has been part of our lives. The nation of Grenada has created an environment where this university has been able to excel in providing you with a great education and also a wonderful cultural life experience, second to none. I am proud of you. I am proud of your accomplishments, and this is your day. You're here because of the work, the perseverance, the willingness to go ahead and never take no for an answer. You're here because of yourselves, and we're celebrating your lives. We celebrate your lives knowing that you will go on and make us proud, make the nation of Grenada proud, make your families proud, because you have given meaning to your lives. The amount of effort that you have put in, the amount of time, the amount of your heart that you have given to pursue your dreams should be reflected in the magnitude of this celebration, this milestone in your lives. I am so proud that we have been part of your lives in that way. You did it all, and we were there almost on the sidelines, our faculty and staff, administration, the people of Grenada. We were on the sidelines, helping you along, watching you. And today is your day because you did it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chancellor Modica, and thank you for your vision over 45 years ago to create this remarkable international institution where our graduates are doing wonderful things in so many different parts of the world today. It is now my pleasure to invite our commencement speaker, the Honourable Nicholas Steele, to share a few words. Minister Steele completed his education here in Grenada and in the UK before going to Northeastern University in Boston in the US. After completing his studies, he returned to Grenada, where he is a successful entrepreneur and a businessman. In 2013, he won the constituency, the town of St. George, and was appointed to the Government of Grenada's cabinet as Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Business. In 2018, he won the constituency of South St. George and was again elected to the Cabinet of Grenada, this time as Minister of Health, Social Security and International Business. During his tenure as Minister of Health, he has seen Grenada elected to the Executive Committee of the World Health Assembly in the World Health Organization. His leadership of the COVID-19 crisis has seen his reputation not only heightened within the region, but also internationally. We are delighted that he has taken time away from his busy schedule to be with us to share a few words today.
Brothers and sisters, my key message to you today is that your class is unique in so many ways. Embrace that uniqueness and let it be the beacon that guides your future steps. These are indeed different times because of COVID-19 pandemic, and your class is unique because it is the first to graduate in our new normal world, and because the class of 2020 has you in it. So my message to you today will be on what is different and what is special with your class. What is different? Well, COVID-19 for one, lockdowns and physical distancing. Thousands have lost their lives and thousands more have lost their jobs. While you need to be aware of these realities and be guided accordingly when looking after your own safety and those around you, you need to be aware that you are entering a world with high unemployment, depletion of assets, growing debts, and foreclosures. When you focus on this period of your life, of your journey, shine a different light on it. Put on a different set of tunnel vision goggles. Firstly, for the rest of us who graduated before you, there has been a reset button. Many fortunes have been lost and empires are crumbling. For you who are just graduating, there's no need to play catch up. COVID has proven to be a great equalizer. Many who had a head start of age find themselves no longer in front of you, but besides you at your start line. There hasn't been another graduating class that has had a better opportunity, a more level playing field. It's not that you have competition, it's that you have customers, patrons, partners, and patients. The pearl is still there in the oyster of your world, and you still need to go get it. What else is different? There is a new awakening because of COVID-19. The generations before you got caught sleeping, enveloped in a coma of inaction, complacency, and selfishness with respect to climate change. But along comes COVID and voila. We have awoken from this slumber to see that during lockdown, the earth breathed. The skies became brighter, the water clearer, the mountains reappeared. Many who were asleep have awoken and now joined the ranks of those who seek to preserve this earth, and your tomorrow. So breathe a sigh of relief, but do it quickly and loudly, as some of us may go back to sleep, and you cannot allow that to happen. What else is different? COVID-19 has shown many of us what true leadership really is. The popularist leaders who preyed upon sectors of the population saying that the good times were bad and that they could make them great again are truly being tested and, more importantly, being seen in a different light. The new value system of true leadership is not those who can take you through the good times, but those whom you can trust to take you through the bad. True beacons of global leadership are beginning to shine from distant corners of the earth. Names like Jacinda, Angela, and yes, in my opinion, Chi and Tedros. So what is different? Your role models and your mentors, and yes, hopefully the value of your voice and your vote. What else is different? Well, the new phrases. Social distancing. While efforts are being made to make this phrase more PC, physical distancing, let's stick with the original for this. Social distancing should concern us. Will we become antisocial? Will we further retreat into a world of virtual realities and virtual meetings? And as nations recoiled and closed to other nations, is the age of globalization and multilateralism at risk? I think not. I believe in absence making the heart grow fonder, and that there is an odal force in us all as humans and nations to come together. Physical presence and appearances are now even more valuable. And now, as nations, there is even more value to that old adage of in unity, there is strength. As nations emerge from lockdown, multilateralism is of greater value than ever before. As individuals coming out of lockdown, we long to see friends and do the familiar things. So too do nations. When European nations re-emerged from lockdown, the first thing they started speaking about was European unity. They would open to each other first. The same is happening for us Caribbean nations. CARICOM is more valuable now than ever before. And the OECS, in the OECS, we have already agreed that reopening together or not at all is the way we will go. St. George's University has proven time and time again that it is a true partner of the Grenadian people. While some question the rationale behind the university sending you and others home, it can be considered one of the most selfless acts witnessed in the midst of this difficult time. This commendable move allowed students to be at home with loved ones, but more importantly, it allowed us as a nation to better deal with the public health threat of COVID-19 and not having to worry about the safety of thousands more individuals. What you see today is not merely the continuation of a long-standing, solid relationship between Grenada and SGU, but the beginning of a new and stronger one. Even as we observe the physical distancing protocol, SGU has continued to make its presence felt more than ever before, supplying much needed and difficult to acquire medical equipment and resources. And yes, WINREF and your veterinary school took on the relationship of being our national COVID-19 PCR testing site, allowing us to test daily and put an end to the need to send samples down to CARFA in Trinidad by regional security aircraft, like most of our other OECS islands. Through SGU's invaluable support, Grenada moved from an extremely challenged public health system within a month and a half to one of the strongest in the region. This was all because SGU saw itself not as a guest of Grenada, but a citizen of Grenada. a citizen that actively participated and continues to participate in nation building. We now meet weekly instead of quarterly. And oh yes, we are working together to have students from far and wide back here as soon as it is practical and safe to do so. Rest assured, it will not happen a day too early, nor a day too late. We will have our challenges as a developing nation, but together, this new and stronger relationship between SGU and the government of Grenada will work to serve the people of this country even better than before. For us, as a people and as nations, no phrase has been more powerful and descriptive in these times than "we are all in this together." So what is different? We have lost some ground and loved ones. But we are better for it, because that which does not kill us makes us stronger. We now appreciate more than ever before the most valuable thing to us is life itself. The where is not more important than the what. How we graduate is not more important than graduating. The fact that come hell and high waters of the past months, we have found a way to assemble virtually. And for you to graduate is not a compromise, but a victory. Cogito ergo sum. In English, I think, therefore I am. The more you think, the more you are. So now on to you and what makes you special. Et cogito ergo tu es. You think, therefore you are. In recent months, the experiences you had have been surreal at times. And boy, have you been thinking about them. The fact is that you are having those thoughts, asking those questions, and therefore you exist. The world has changed, and the one you live in today may appear to be an imaginary world from some Hollywood script. But the one thing that cannot be faked is that you exist. That is why cogito ergo sum, or more appropriately, ergo cogito ergo tu es. You think, therefore you are, is considered so important today. The philosopher Descartes was trying to discover whether we can actually know anything for certain. People could be lying to us. Our senses could be deceiving us. Descartes was close to despair because everything he could think of was open to some form of philosophical doubt, uncertainty. When I graduated, the world was a different place. How cliche is that? But yes, it was. The Berlin Wall had just fallen and Eastern Europe was in what some saw as turmoil, some as revolution, some as positive, and some as reason to be cautious. But all agreed that there were uncertain times. Or so we thought. The common denominator then and now is that the one constant is change. If you bank all your personal stock today on the certainties of yesterday, you jeopardize your tomorrow. Let me repeat. If you bank all of your personal stock today on the certainties of yesterday, you jeopardize your tomorrow. Your personal stock must be banked on the uncertainties of tomorrow. I do not mean to throw caution to the wind. Far from that. You are armed with an education, not just any education, but a St. George's University education, an institution with not just a spirit, but a mantra of overcoming challenges, of coming out of left field and scoring the goal, of coming from being taken for granted to becoming number one. The fall of the Berlin Wall and the upheavals in Eastern Europe were not the harbinger of a period of uncertainty as was thought then. No, history shows us that it was in fact an immense period of opportunity, of growth, and of positive change. I will admit, today there appears to be greater uncertainty in tomorrow, but that simply means from where you and I now sit, there appears to be greater opportunity in tomorrow. It will not necessarily be easy, but then again, if it were easy, everyone could do it, and it would have no personal value. So go forward, onwards and upwards with your personal stock, the weapons you have been given by SGU, the benefits of the battles you have just fought, and the certainty in the opportunities of tomorrow's uncertainty. The difficult we do today, the impossible tomorrow. Ask Chancellor Mordecai to you, about his shoebox story, how this very institution started, the determination and the timing, the difficult we do today, the impossible tomorrow. You are a product of the very institution that epitomizes this. And as such, the difficult you will do today. You will graduate today. The impossible you will do tomorrow. You will change the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Steele, and thank you for the example of your life and for taking time to be with us here today. Our class speaker, Tanya Martelli, was born and grew up in Barbados. She attended Queen's College and she then went on to the University of British Columbia, where she obtained a bachelor's degree in pharmacology. She then returned to Barbados and completed a master's degree in public health from the University of the West Indies. She enjoys children and runs an informal children's centre at her home and has more than 23 participants today. She is also the programme manager for the Georgia Lane Chronic Disease Centre, which is part of the University of the West Indies Cave Hill campus in Barbados. In this role, she looks after all the grants, does all the accounts, the reporting of the grants for the centre. In 2018, Tanya matriculated into our Master of Business Administration multi-sector health management program here at St. George's University. She excelled, and she has been selected from amongst all the graduands who received a perfect 4.0 from the various programs here at St. George's University, and graduates today with a perfect 4.0. Please welcome our class speaker for 2020, Tanya Martelli.
The Honourable Minister of Health, Social Security and International Business, Nicholas Steele, Chancellor Charles R. Modica, Chair of Grenada Conference of Churches, Reverend Silbert Prescott, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, Dr. Callum McPherson, members of the Board of Graduate Studies, graduates of the class of 2020, ladies and gentlemen, greetings. It is indeed an honor and a most humbling moment for me to be selected as class representative for the commencement class of 2020 and to be speaking to you on this occasion. As I am the only graduate speaking on behalf of my colleagues today, I I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our parents, family, and friends who supported us along the way and have even made sacrifices for us to complete our various courses of study. To the faculty of our various programs, thank you for making the courses very thought-provoking and relevant, as well as for all the guidance, feedback, encouragement, and support, and for making this journey in our lives such a memorable experience. To our fellow classmates, thank you for the camaraderie, help, support, fun, and challenging times that we had. Nelson Mandela said, "Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." The year 2020 has been filled with uncertainty, and a range of emotions attend many: fear, anxiety, anticipation, and even excitement. Such was the case when we began our individual journeys at SGU. Whether it was the Master of Science, Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration in Multi-Sector Health Management or International Business, or doctoral studies in infectious diseases. For me, there was anxiety born from the uncertainty of whether I would be able to complete the program due to my health challenges. However, regardless of the origin of the emotions we felt, what caused each of us to start was courage and a desire to move forward in our lives. I know for a fact, without Jesus by my side, I would not be standing here today, healthier than I was at the beginning, more focused, and ready to move on to the next level. All of you here today have your own testimonies to tell on how you persevered and overcame in the past year and a half or to 5 years or so, depending on your program duration. And I encourage you to share them with others to inspire them. Heraclitus, a Greek philosopher, said, "Change is the only constant in life." So as we consider the next phase of our lives, for some of us, there may be that feeling of uncertainty, fear, and a range of other emotions. For some of us, the door to the next level may not have revealed itself as yet. However, as my favorite book, the Bible, urges, let us write the vision down of what we would like to do in the future and the impact that work would have on people whom we long to assist. Today, I encourage you to seek and ascertain what your purpose is in this life and decide on the impact you want to have in this world beyond yourself. Maybe the impact is to end all forms of malnutrition and achieve food security in developing countries, enhance global macroeconomic security through multi-stakeholder partnerships, conduct cutting-edge research to combat infections such as the current pandemic we are facing today, or improve gender equality across communities by the use of clinical psychology. Whatever is the impact, focus on it. And when you do, you will find the courage, with God's enabling, to envision opportunities, take bold steps, navigate difficult business situations, make life-saving decisions, or as SGU's motto says, think beyond. With courage and God's leading, you will be able to make the difference that this world desperately needs. God bless you all in your academic and professional endeavors, and congratulations.
Thank you, Tanya, and thank you for being so inclusive of all the graduate degree programs. That was a really inspiring presentation. We now move to one of the most exciting parts of our commencement ceremony, where degrees will be conferred by Chancellor Modica. Chancellor Modica, these candidates have completed all requirements as set by their faculty and their faculty have certified them as being eligible for the award of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Business Administration, Master of Public Health, Master of Arts, or Master of Science. It is my pleasure to present them to you for conferral of their degrees.
It is with the greatest admiration and utmost respect that I, Charles Modica, Chancellor of St. George's University, by virtue of the authority vested in me pursuant to the Grenada Act of Parliament of 1976 as amended, upon recommendation of the faculty and deans of your respective schools, do hereby grant the respective degrees of associate level, baccalaureate level, master's, and PhD to the respective graduates of each class. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chancellor Modica, and to the graduating class of 2020, congratulations. We will now honour your achievement by showing an image of all of you.
Our graduates of 2020.
please stand once more for the closing benediction, which will be given by Reverend Prescott.
Receive the benediction. Lord, you have brought us to the end of this ceremony, but the journey of learning is never complete. You have gathered us in this atmosphere of celebration. Now scatter us into the world where we may sow seeds of hope. So we give you thanks for each graduate today. May their hearts and spirit be open to every plan and purpose you have for them. And now, may God's creative power allow every treasure within you to grow and flourish. May Christ teach you the way of joy and service and generosity and love. May the freshness of the Spirit fill you with hope for the new roads that you have in store. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Prescott. And once again, congratulations to all of you who have graduated here today. This commencement ceremony has been put together by members of the Board of Graduate Studies, our commencement committee, and would not have been possible without enormous inputs from our communications and from our IT department. I take this opportunity of thanking all the faculty, the staff, the family and friends who have made this day possible for you. And I know that you, like all the other graduates from this distinguished university, will go on and do great things with your career. God bless and Godspeed.
Thank you for joining us, and congratulations to all of our graduates.